But I love the passion. I love the fans that we have at Clemson. I mean, it's amazing. There's not many places that you can go to on a Saturday like Clemson, South Carolina. So, we're blessed to have that type of passion.
Has tampering gotten better? Has it stayed about the same since the portal has started? I guess you have solutions on how to try to fix it.
People have gotten more creative. People have gotten more creative in how they go about it.
Do you have solutions to try to fix?
I got a lot of solutions. I just don't have opportunity. But
you mentioned trying to win the league. To go from a 4-4 ACC team that you were last year to winning the league, where does that improvement have to come from?
Well, I think last year, first of all, how we finished was awesome. I was really proud of that team. Winning 5 in a row and just really grew through the adversity. But it's winning the close games. First of all, it's taking care of the ball. We were atrocious at that last year, so we've got to turn that around. And then, the last 3 years we've won 30 games. 30. And that's 94th percentile in college football. So if you made a 94 on your paper, that's an A. That's good. Like, you think that's good. And that's more wins in the last 3 years than 126 of the 134 teams in college football. So we've been good. But the reason we haven't been great, like we were 15-20 when we were making a Final Four, it's not very much for us. It's not like we're 75th percentile. We've been 94th percentile the last 3 years, and last year is a microcosm of the past 3 years, and how close you are. You're losing double overtime. You lose in overtime. You lose on a one-play pick six in Raleigh. You lose a game at Duke. We were 200 plus. We've never lost a game in 128 years at Clemson, ever. But we did. Well, we had about 5 turnovers, 2 of them first and goals on the one, and they take a good team, they take advantage of that, and you get beat. So it's just when we've been great, all right, as I said earlier today, when we've been great, all right, we have a plan to win, and we have been great at executing that. In particular, big play margin. All right, having more big plays than the opponent. So big play margin, and then it's been red zone scoring. We were not good last year on either side. Defensively, we were 8th in the country, but when people got to the red zone, they scored touchdowns. And then we're 15th in the country in first downs. We got there a lot, but we didn't finish. Block kicks, missed kicks, turnovers, you name it. And then we have won the close games when we've been great. It's a long answer to your question, but that's just the reality. I mean, since 2011, we lead the nation in one-score wins. We lead the nation. Like 49 games, we're 79%. The next closest is like 60. All the rest of them are 60% and below, 69 and below all the other teams. All right, so that means one-score games down to the wire, and the type of games that we've played since 2011, we've been elite at winning the close games. We lead the nation. But the difference in 15-20, when we were great, 96 percentile, we were number one in those close games. We were 82%. We were like 18-4 or something like that. 21, 22, and 23 were 27th in the country, 65%. We haven't won the close games. You go back to 21, we lose on one play to Georgia. One play, 10-3, pick six. Neither offense scored a point. One play. You go losing double overtime on the road. One play. And so you're talking a few plays, and the narrative is different. But that's how close it is. When you're trying to make a Final Four, it's a few plays. And when we've been great, we made those few plays. We won those close games. We were really, really good when it came to finishing and scoring in the red zone and not letting people score.
So how do you turn those close losses into W's this year?
Yeah, so it's just the fundamentals of what we do. It's recruiting. It's us coaching. It's all of it together. And guys getting better. Some of it's just some good luck. sometimes we don't count. Luck's a part of it too. I mean, sometimes just things bounce your way, and we've had a lot of good fortune over the years. But so it's not like I said, it'd be different if you were 9-4 and get your teeth kicked in. It's not been the case. Even in 22, we won this league 2 years ago. We won the league 7 out of 9 years. So to get back, we need to win the league. All right, and so those are the things that's how close we are. But even in that year when we won the league, and 2 years ago, we're 1 point away from being in the playoff. Fourth quarter, South Carolina, we fumble the punt return, we fumble the kick return, lose 2 possessions with a lead, and you get beat by 1 point. Otherwise, you're in the playoff. So, those are disappointing things that you just have to, coach through, recruit through, and practice through, and that's what we're working on.
What has shown you in particular through the offseason that allows you to believe that they could be another one of those teams?
Well, number one, how they finished. At a place like Clemson, and you're sitting there 4-4, and the amount of, disappointment and noise and all the stuff that comes with that, to watch how they finished was awesome. All the way to the last play of running in from the 3-yard line, to on a comeback drive against Kentucky in the Gator Bowl. That momentum, that confidence has and the experience and the adversity all combined together has really driven this group. And it's been fun to watch them. They put the work in. Guys came back because they wanted to finish on their terms, if you will. We've recruited it well. We've got some guys that got some experience last year that are going to be better. So I'm excited about it. Coaching staff, we've got an excellent staff. They've put a lot of work in as well.
Dabo, you had.
When you said bad luck, is that including injuries? That playoff run, you had really good luck with injuries. Mike Williams went down, but these last 3 years has been, especially a receiver.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, you go back to the Power Rangers, those guys were healthy all year. We had 5 experienced guys. Everybody else was freshmen behind them. XT and KJ were true freshmen, and these young guys behind them. But, it's part of it. Last year, you go into this, everybody, K, he's got to take another step, but you go into the season, your starters are Cole and Antonio, and by game 3, they're done for the year. So now you got Stellato, who had no summer, no fall. He got cleared Tuesday of the Duke game. He never had a spring, never had a fall camp, had never played. And now you're in real time, on game time, you've got this kid playing. He hadn't even practiced going into Duke week was when he got cleared. Tyler Brown, a true freshman. Adam, who was battling off injury and regaining his confidence. And so all of a sudden, you got, and then he breaks his hand and we deal with some stuff throughout the season. So we got to be better around him. And so health and availability is a huge part of, just a little good fortune, because it's not like it's one thing. I mean, you got broken hands, we got some weird stuff that happens, and that's just part of football. But, I think we've got really good depth. We got 5 guys that have started games at receiver for us. And then we've got, Noble off a red shirt, Ronan Hannafin back, Tink coming off a red shirt, and then we added 2 great freshmen that we got 10 guys. So we got more health and hopefully more availability so that we can be better around Kate. We got 7 guys that have started and won games for us back in the OL plus Linthicum. So, for the first time, I think, in a while, we're healthy, and hopefully that will stay the case. But you got to, football's not easy. You got to go practice. You got to go, prepare. And when we've been great, that's been a part of it as well. We've been able to, keep our best guys on the field.
Dabo, you lost 2 guys. You lost 2 guys after the spring. How do you plan to replace those scholarships for those 2 guys that left? What's your plan?
We'll talk about that when we get into camp. We were at 84 because Casperson, our snapper, was on scholarship, so we lost. We needed that. We had to. Somebody was going to have to come off scholarship, and so it put us at 84. So we've got 1 spot, and we'll go through camp and we'll see what happens there.
Coach, you guys have a little bit of a reset up front, but you bring in on defense, but you bring in a lot of talent.